All right, let's talk about visible performance. Today, we're digging into a huge shift, a really fundamental change in how you should lead your business. We're moving away from managing by gut feeling, by, vibe, and we're moving towards a system that's all about objective, visible data. Let's get right into it.
So let me start by asking you a really important question. Is your successful business secretly a golden cage? I mean, you might be pulling in a high GCI, which is great, but if every single dollar you make requires your direct, hands-on, manual labor, then you've slammed into the ceiling of your own personal effort. This is the classic trap, and a lot of successful people fall into it. And this quote right here, it just nails the whole problem. If you cannot see the score, you cannot win the game. It's that simple. Without some kind of objective measurement, you can't manage performance, you can't repeat what works, and you definitely can't scale. This is the core problem we're going to solve today.
And that brings us to the first big idea here, the vibe-based management trap. You know what I'm talking about. It's that exhausting cycle of managing based on how hard someone seems to be working or what the vibe in the office is. It forces you to become this constant emotional coach, and it always leads to the same place: inconsistent results and total burnout.
I mean, just look at the difference here. The contrast couldn't be more stark. On the one hand, you have management by vibe. It's all subjective, it depends on you, the leader, and frankly, it's just chaos. But on the other hand, you have management by data. It's objective, it's mathematical, and it's system dependent. That's the foundation for a business that can actually run and scale without you having to be there every second of the day.
So let's talk about the real cost of managing by vibe. We call it the fragility tax. And listen, this isn't just some catchy metaphor. It's a real, hidden cost that is actively destroying your business's ability to grow.
The root cause is painfully simple. When all performance judgment has to flow through you, you become the single point of failure. If you get sick, if you go on vacation, if you're just having an off day, the entire system is at risk of falling apart. And that single point of failure, that's what leads directly to the fragility tax. It is the price you pay for this dependency, and it absolutely guarantees a low return on your investment in talent, because your team literally needs you standing over them to be productive. So, how do we stop paying this tax? How do we fix this? Well, the solution is all about evolving from your own manual labor to building intelligent systems. Let's break down exactly how you make that leap. This is the path forward. On the left, you've got leader manual labor. You know what this is. It's nagging, it's micromanaging, it's policing every little thing. It's exhausting. But on the right, that's the goal: systematic execution. This is where the platform itself maintains the standards because of objective visibility. It frees you up to coach the data, not police the person. The absolute core of this whole solution is objective visibility. Every single role in your organization needs to be governed by, say, 3 to 5 crystal clear key performance indicators, KPIs. This is how you do it. This is how you turn performance from a messy, emotional, personality-driven conflict into a simple math problem.
Okay, enough theory, let's get really practical. How do you actually build this system? We're going to walk through the exact blueprint for designing your very first role scorecard. We call this the leverage lab, and it's a dead simple 3-step process. Okay, step 1, role selection. Just pick your single most critical hire right now. Step 2, indicator definition. You're going to design their scorecard. And step 3, the data run. For 1 week, you just track the objective math. That's it. Your only job is to review the numbers, not to coach their effort. Now, when you're defining these indicators, you have to understand this crucial distinction. There are 2 types. You've got lead indicators. These are the predictive activities, things like calls made or proposals drafted. Then you have lag indicators. These are the historical outcomes, like deals closed or GCI generated. A really strong scorecard has to have a mix of both.
So here's a real-world example of what one of these scorecards looks like. See, we're tracking proposals drafted and outbound calls as our lead indicators and executed LOIs as our lag indicator. But here's the most important part. See that red flag column? That is where you define the exact mathematical point where performance becomes unacceptable. No more guesswork, no more subjectivity. All right, now I'm going to shift my tone a bit. I'm going to speak to you as the captain. This is about setting a new, totally non-negotiable standard for your entire organization. This is the captain's mandate. Let me be direct. A firm that runs on feelings is a liability, period. A firm that runs on data is an asset, one that commands a premium cap rate. If you have to walk around and ask your team how hard they work today, you have fundamentally failed to build a real advisory platform.
So let's get objective right now. I've got 3 questions for you. First, the absence test. If you vanished for 30 days, would you come back to a numerical scorecard that proves exactly what your team got done? Or would you just have to take their word for it?
Second, the autonomy check. Can your team members look at the data and measure their own success? Or are they stuck waiting for your mood to swing one way or another to figure out if they had a good week?
And finally, the asset validation. Are you building an institutional business with a proven mathematical ROI on your talents? Or are you just running an adult daycare subsidized by your own personal GCI?
Your mission is simple, but it is not easy. It's time to stop managing people and start managing the dashboard. Build the scorecard, manage the math, and let the data drive.